There's a room up there, come on, let's go.
We're flying a routine exercise when we were forced to make a crash landing.
We were so taken up looking for a good target that we forgot to look out for the enemy scouts.
So you've heard their voices. Come and see their stories. I'm going to tell you the story about 7 amazing people who come armed with poetry, with music, with theatre, and the voices of those amazing people. My story is about warriors. My story is about fighters. A tale made to remind you about a group of heroes that came to our rescue. Today I want to take you back to the days of old, so that their stories can be tweeted and shared and never once go untold. These were the people of Africa, people of the Caribbean, people of Britain, who played an important role to save these isles. They gave their hearts, their blood, and their souls. This man behind me is Robbie Clark. He was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and when he came to England, he wanted to be a pilot. So it was the only thing that he was ever focused on. And Robbie Clark, this is Britain's very first black pilot.
The first thing I knew was hearing the rat-tat-tat-tat of his machine guns and glancing back, saw about 5 of them diving for me.
If it was initially hard for black men to be recruited into the RAF and the military, it would have been even harder for black women. Take Lillian Barder. Now, she was born in Liverpool to a black Jamaican father and a white English mother.
The army had turned them down, but the RAF had accepted them. I couldn't believe my ears. If they can serve, maybe so can I.
Lillian went on to become one of the first women of colour to serve for the RAF. Peter Thomas was born in 1915 in Lagos, Nigeria. He was born to one of the wealthiest families in Africa's west coast.
So when the call came to volunteer for Britain and join the Royal Air Force, I knew I had to go.
He was the first black African to qualify as a pilot. So any questions that you have to ask me?
Were you interested in pilots and stuff before you wrote this?
Yes, absolutely. I've always been interested in telling the stories of the forgotten people, specifically people of colour who were never talked about. So before I wrote this show, I had no idea that black people had even had a role in the military, had a role in saving our country. So for me, it's really, really important to tell their stories. Yes?
How did you feel when you looked in the forgotten?
How did I feel reading up about it and everything? For me, in terms of finding out about these stories, on one level I was like, this is really exciting, but on the other level I was like, wow, this is actually quite sad. Yeah, different emotions.